able to undo this lock, which is connected to this release button. That'll cause this to come out easier, and then we'll gain access and disconnect the cable. Okay, we've removed the light, the glove box light, and this is the plug for it. That'll just slide back in there. Now we're going to remove the line. Okay, we're pulling the insert out, which exposes behind the dash. We're going to remove this. Well, we actually could leave it there, but I'm going to remove this cable. It's connected and runs across to our push button. So I'll get this push button out. 2 screws attach it right up in here. So we're going to go ahead and remove these screws. Now, we've undone the glove box latch, and now we're pulling out the cable. You have to feed the cable, make sure it's not attached. And now we're going to disconnect the cable and remove our lock, unplug the light. Okay. Note the wires. This is the screw that was down inside there. You can leave the screw with it. We're going to just disconnect this cable and then slide this cable out and remove this, and it's out. And we'll move up to this portion here. Okay, now we're going to remove these 2 screws in the back of the flap, and then we're going to be able to pull this mechanism out. This customer happens to have a radar detector in here, so usually there's a phone, and if you have the phone, there's a tab on the very top of the phone that's in here. You press down on the tab and pull the phone out. That's how you remove the phone that's in there. There'll be a little tab at the top of the phone. Okay, this is the top. It comes out with the screws. We'll remove that, and then we'll gain access to 2 screws in the top of the center and take this out. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and well, right now I think what we'll do first is we're going to remove this carpet. So we're going to lift this ledge here, and we're going to remove all the carpet and padding so that we can gain access to any wires that we need to. Okay, we're removing the carpet after we release the sides. It's just a little folding process, and we're going to take that carpet out of the car. Then we're going to remove this lower ductwork. Okay, now we're going to remove the windshield posts, and that is done by pulling the ceiling strip straight down, then grabbing underneath of the molding for it. All you have to do and then is pull this out. Okay, it's held in by clips. And when you remove the clips, you have the molding here. Okay, now we're going to there's a cover right here that we remove for the speaker access. So we're going to remove this with a screwdriver, a small screwdriver. It'll lift up. We'll remove it, and then there'll be 2 screws under here, and we'll remove this screen now that we've removed this cover. Okay, we just lifted this up, and we're going to remove this, and then we're going to get to the 2 screws that are, there's 1 screw right here that we'll remove. Let's see, we'll get a better view from here. There's the screw that I'm referring to from the outside, and then we'll remove this screen. Once we've removed the screw, we get a hold of the outer edge, and push upward, and then lifting it, it's clipped under the sides here, so you lift upward and out and remove it. Okay, then we're going to remove this screw and this screw, which will remove this ductwork. Okay, now we've removed the two screws here, and now we've lifted the little tab right here and right here, and as we lift these tabs we pull lightly, and which releases this air duct, and now that air duct is removed. There's the tabs that we lifted up right there. Okay, now we reach in here and take out some of the other air duct. Now what I do is we'll place these pieces in a pile on left side and right side so we're not confused. Now we've gained access to some of the bolts. We have one dash bolt there, and we have a dash bolt up top here. You can see it from here. You see right there's another bolt. This is going to be repeated on the other side of the car as we go over to the other side. We're also going to remove the carpet and the post and speaker on the other side. While we're on this side where we've just removed some of the air duct, we're going to go up underneath. This is where the SRS airbag is. There's a plug right on the side of it, and all we've got to do is we want to reach up there. You might use a little screwdriver and pry a little plug off the side of this airbag. And once the airbag has been unplugged, it stays in place. You don't have to remove all of it. We're on the driver's side. We're going to remove the two bolts on the gas pedal to remove the gas pedal, so that we can remove this side carpet which goes up into the console. We're going to remove that. First, right now, what we're going to do is lower this panel. This panel is held in place. We remove this cover up inside. There's a screw that we can gain access to. It's right up inside here. And we'll remove one screw right in here. And then we're going to lower this. I'm going to show you there's two little catches, one here and one here, and we're going to use a little screwdriver to. Okay, now we're going to remove these two screws. There's two screws underneath. We just removed a screw that was up in here. We're going to want to remove this cover. And we're going to slide over here and we're going to remove the attaching screws and fasteners. There's little clips right here and on the other side. We'll get to that in a second. We're going to remove these screws. Okay, now we've removed these two screws and we're pulling this down, and excuse my light there. I'm just trying to get a good spot for this next. There's a clip right in there, and that clip you have to push it with a little screwdriver, and you can once you move this, once you push this little clip, you'll see how it's moved. It's moved down. Once it goes down, you can pull this down. That's released it. We have to go over here to another one, the same as that one right there. Okay, we found the one on the right hand side of the steering wheel, and we just pushed